demonstrations slated for Wednesday to Friday this week, with opinions split on the practicability of the approach. Leaders from Kilifi are adding their voice on the ongoing discourse. Let's join our reporter Tobias Chanji for an update on some of the views around the planned Maandamano.
Well, it is a matter of hours before the much anticipated Azimio protest, which will be beginning on Wednesday, Thursday, and even Friday. But with me here are some of these aspirants in the last general elections from Kilifi County on various seats who are against this protest, saying they'll interfere with the economy of this region and particularly the tourism sector. With me, I'll get the reactions from them, starting with you. Maybe just kindly introduce yourself, and then your reactions.
I'm Philip Mbaji. I contested for Rabai parliamentary seat on UDA ticket in the last general election. I wish to join other like-minded leaders to condemn the protests called by the opposition Azimio in the strongest terms possible. The reason being, here in Coast, our economy relies so much on tourism. Now, when we have protests, the economy will be affected. Apart from the economy being affected, we read a wishful, sinister motive by the opposition to get into power through the back door. We have a feeling that these protests have nothing to do with the high cost of living, with the following reasons. One, the finance bill 2023 was suspended by the courts, so it is yet to be implemented. Then how do they come and claim that there's overtaxation? President William Ruto has not even started taxing Kenyans because the finance bill was suspended. Again,
but you've seen them asking the president to recall that act.
But he is yet to recall it. Therefore, we are not talking of the president recalling the act, because each administration comes to power with its own strategies of implementing its manifesto. We saw it in Tanzania when John Pombe Magufuli came into power. He introduced strategies to redeem the economy there. The same thing has been done by His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto. He has come up with the strategies of redeeming the economy. We know that the debt has reached its ceiling, 9 trillion ceiling. Therefore, President William Ruto cannot borrow. If he cannot borrow, it means he has to source for funds internally. And sourcing for funds internally has to do with the tax. But these are measures that will last for a very short period of time, and Kenyans will sigh with the relief. We know that President William Ruto is the brightest politician of the day. He cannot be bringing the measures that will suffocate Kenyans for a long period of time. We know that he is interested in securing his second term. And I'm very sure the opposition guys know that the measures implemented by Dr. William Samoei Ruto will make him almost, will make the 2027 general election a one-man show. That is.
Still in Kilifi, a section of leaders have vowed to participate in anti-government protests scheduled for Wednesday to Friday this week. Now led by Kilifi woman representative Gertrude Mbeyu, the leaders who are allied to the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance said they would support the coalition leaders in the resolve to force the Kenya Kwanza government to listen to Kenyans. Woman representative Gertrude Mbeyu, who was speaking during the launch of Sabaki Women Muungano Sacco Society, said the government had become a rogue and only protest would force it to have a sense of reason. She called on the government to withdraw the Finance Act 2023, which increases taxes as well as introduces the housing fund, in which every salaried Kenyan will be deducted 1.5% of their salaries, while their employers top up with 1.5%.
Baba akisema sisi tutafanya. Lazima serikali isikie kilio cha mwananchi wa kawaida. Lazima serikali ya hasa ya Kenya Kwanza isikie kilio ambacho wao walidanganya, wakasema wanaleta mfukoni kwa hasa hawa vijana. Hakuna pesa imekuja. Sasa hizi wanatuitisha sisi tutoe pesa zetu tuwape wao ndio waweze kurani serikali. 3%. mshahara, mwajiri akulipia 1.5, wewe mwenyewe ulipe 1.5, still ina remain 3% ukati kwa mshahara. Wale vijana wetu wamepata kazi Mombasa, Nairobi, hawatarudi nyumbani kusaidia wazazi wao, kwa sababu ukikata 3% tikiti unatoa wapi? Unaleta nini kwa mamako na babako nyumbani? Ni kudidimiza vijana. Kina mama wa mama soko waliambiwa watasaidiwa, mama mboga atasaidiwa. Nani amesaidiwa? Wale saizi petroli imepandishwa, magari ya kwenda paka sokoni na kurudi, watalipa tikiti mzigo, watajilipia wao tikiti, au watalipa wapate faida gani?
Mambo ya chama yalisha. Mimi kivyangu naangalia shida za wananchi wangu, nijue tutawasaidia vipi.